Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk animated shows and movies here, especially Miraculous Ladybug. Find everything about us at overlyanimated.com. I'm your host, Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall
Hey, y'all.
and April Collins.
Hi there.
Today we are back. Ladybug is finally back after, I don't know, how long was it? I've disassociated from the Ladybug airing schedule.
Yeah,
It's been 84 years.
Our last podcast was on June 19th, so it's been over 3 months, and now the next Ladybug episode has aired in the US, Mr. Agreste, and we had to talk about it right away.
Yes.
Yep.
Big episode. And so we are here after just one episode to talk about Mr. Agreste. Spoilers for this and all previous episodes of Ladybug season 6. Oh, I don't have my thing up, but let me. I don't have that list of which episodes are. Let me go. Okay, here you go. Spoilers for episodes 1 to 5, 7, 9, 11, and 15.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, there we go. This is episode
That's
9.
so much.
God.
Yeah, and we were talking about this on the Discord. Less than half of the season has aired, and it's been about 10 months now. This is actually like a very slow pace for Ladybug. You would think Ladybug takes a long time there, but once the season starts, it only has ever taken max 13 months for the entire season to air. It seems like we're not going to hit that mark this season, so it's been rough.
Is that supposed to be positive news?
No, it's bad news, but
No.
maybe we'll get more episodes soon. Then they always have them coming eventually. But there's apparently
the best part is my wife.
Yes.
During all this, she was like, "Oh, so like, did the new season just start?" And I was like, "No, we're in the middle of season 6." And she was like, "What?"
Basically,
I was like, "Yeah."
usually
and
when
I
there's
was
a
like,
3-month
just-
break, it's a new season. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Huh?" And then I was like, "Yeah, it's the middle of the season." And she's like, "I don't understand the airing schedule." And I was like, "Me either."
Yeah, just now she's like, I don't understand the airing schedule.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, babe, I'm like, it's been like this the whole time.
We've only
Whole
been
time.
at this for 10 years or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, happy 10 years of Ladybug. And then people will be like, I used to watch Ladybug when I was a kid. And I'm like, I've been watching it while I'm a grown adult this whole time. I'm old.
Mhm.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
happy 10-year anniversary to Ladybug. We're not quite at the 10-year anniversary of the Ladybug podcast because we started a little later for the US airings.
I think it was season 2-ish.
No. What do you mean season 2?
Because you guys did the first season.
We did the first season, Delaney.
And
as
then
we
I
talked
came in
about.
on the
First
second
season.
season.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Didn't remember if it was as it was airing or not.
As was, yes. You've checked. You've
That was
lost
so
those
long.
memories. December 6th will be our 10-year Ladybug podcast anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
Which
Are you
is
gonna have
wild.
a cake? Is
I
there gonna be a
guess.
party?
I mean, you're not that long after that. You're like it's been most of it's with you.
You can come to the
April.
party, April. It's okay.
Perfect. I'm coming.
But it's wild because we're doing the Avatar rewatch, and it's like in my mind, Avatar and Korra was like it was like so long of a period,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it's late. We've been doing Ladybug as like longer, I think, at this point than
Also,
Avatar and
like,
Korra
the
combined.
Also, like, the anniversaries are like both in December because like December 19th is like Korosami. So like,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's coming
A
up,
lot
big
going
month.
on.
Okay. Anyway, we're talking about Mr. Agreste. Check out overlyanimated.com for all our past podcasts. Anyway, let's get into this episode. Delaney, what did you think of Mr. Agreste?
I don't know if I liked the episode because it's so strange. So I'm watching the episode and I'm like, okay. And so the first 6 minutes, I'm like, all right, this is what we're doing. Marinette's like being Marinette. She did say so. We got confirmation that she apparently does know that Adrien is a Senta monster because she said Senta dad, and I was like, oh my god. And of course, that we would get confirmation with her being like, ugh.
Okay, you bring this up. We learned this. We spent a lot. Okay, never mind. We got into this. The problem is it takes so long that we've forgotten what we've talked about this season. I'm pretty sure with the episode, I'm going to reference this episode again, but where Papas, Marinette has this reaction to Adrien inside the when she has to destroy the thing, and she's I don't forget the
Yes,
exact
yes,
term, but remember she like thinks Adrian's gonna be destroyed, which
yes,
heavily implies she knows he's
yes,
the Senate monster. Anyway, continue. Yeah.
yes.
But we
But
got
her
another
saying
confirmation of it.
she said it out loud. It was
Sent to
crazy.
dad. You could walk me through exactly how that means she. But anyway, go ahead. Keep going.
Because it's all related to her lying, and then another quote from Tanya is so we were driving today after I watched the episode, so then I like had to tell her everything that happened in the episode, and she goes, "This all happened in 20 minutes," and I said yes. So that kind of
You
sums up.
recapped the episode to Tanya after the fact.
Yeah,
You did your
yes,
own
and then also
podcast for Tanya.
I do, and she does this to me with we call them book reports. She'll read a book and then she comes home from work, and my wife works nights, so I want you to know that it's like 6 a.m. and she has just gotten off work. I'm about to go to work, and then I get this book report, and she's been reading horror books, so I get like really messed up book reports. Just need y'all to know.
That sounds way more interesting than the book reports I get from Zach. So
that's what's been happening, and so then I gave her my Ladybug book report. And the funny part is she was like, "Wait, he's dead." And I was like, "Baby," I'm like, "You gotta catch up." Yes, he's dead. Which I think she knew, but just forgot. But I think that kind of sums up all of that happened in 20 minutes. Him being the statue is like the wildest. Like this might be the craziest. Like he's the statue. It's a lot. And then watching like this giant Gabriel like stomp across Paris really was a lot. And then Luca has a secret fake girlfriend. Well, I guess she's not secret, but it's a secret that she's fake. We did the second. There's a lot. So much happens. I'm less frustrated with the lying part because we're dealing with it, so that's cool. But also, I want to shake everyone involved. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you mean the characters or like Thomas? Like which the fictional or real?
I always want to shake Thomas. That has nothing to do with this is I want to like shake Luca and Marinette.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adrien has done nothing wrong ever.
Poor sweet boy.
And sweet boy. I do feel really bad for Luca. That was really sad. Also this episode we were like Adrien was really gay in this episode. Luca was really gay in this episode. Like Luca's in love with Marinette, but also loves Adrien. And then Adrien like chased after Luca like really romantically.
At the airport again. I love it.
Yeah, it was really. I was like, okay. So like where Marinette and Adrien kissed, like we did the same thing, but it was
like secret Luca, Luca. What's the Luca Adrien?
So like, how many thruples can this show have? So like, and then poor Luca can't be with Kagami because Kagami is with Felix. Like there's so much going on here. Like Luca's not girlfriend's pretty. I don't know what her deal is. Not girlfriend. There's a lot. My reaction to this episode was like great. Like I just knew like there's so much to talk about, and it's a lot. Like a lot of. Also, the funny thing is, I had like the Genshin 5-year anniversary. They released a song, and Keith Silverstein's in it, and I sent it to the chat. And Dylan's like, "Yeah, if you watch the episode, you might hear Keith Silverstein." And the funny part is, I was like, "Duh, it's Mr. Agreste, or it's Ladybug. It could happen whenever." No, and in this episode, it's like literally giant statue of Gabriel, like,
it's like
yelling. It's ridiculous.
Hypnotizing people again. It's great.
Like there's so much like. Do you think Keith was like, what? So Keith's like, you killed me off, but not really. Like,
I think they just take the show in stride at this point. Like, it's how they've already been through so much.
You're right. I mean, him dying anyway was already ridiculous.
I do wonder if they get the script ahead of time, or if they just walk in and then they like have to deal with it.
They must have.
Also, we like buried Natalie under some rubble, and I was like, her legs. I was like, can you not?
Oh, true.
She
just got wish resuscitated.
She just got her legs back, guys. Like, come on.
Okay, good stuff.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. Also, that guy is such a punk. Like you're not important.
Oh, Theo.
Yeah,
I remembered his name.
Like he
I had to look it up. Yeah. Okay. April, what did you think of Mr. Agreste?
Are we talking about the episode or Mr. Agreste himself? Because those
are we
are not the same.
The episode, the akumatized villain, Mr. Agreste, or your favorite Hawk Daddy, Gabriel Agreste?
Yeah, Hawk Daddy.
Look, I was for whatever reason, okay, this isn't getting into how I feel about it, but for whatever reason, whenever I first heard like Theo getting akumatized, I was like, oh my gosh, is that Keith? Did they actually bring Keith back for this?
Same.
Right?
I was like, he's back. Yes.
I literally like went to the internet immediately. Like I paused it and I was like, I have to figure this out now because I need to know if this is actually. Also, it's super wild because if I read it correctly, Thomas voices like Mr. Agreste, like the akumatized villain in the French version. So I don't know if I read that correctly, but I was just like,
true?
What?
I feel like this episode has not came out in French yet, but that would be interesting.
That would be very interesting. So, but anyway, this episode was a lot. I feel like it's been a long time since I've had to pause an episode.
JK, it did come out in France. So Thomas, okay. We have to watch the French version to hear Thomas if that's true. What?
Also important, Dylan had to pause this episode, I believe. That's a big deal.
Did I have to pause the what I have to?
I thought you said you had to pause it.
I had to pause it.
Well, me and you always have to pause it. I didn't pause it as much as I usually do, but I did have to pause it.
Well, so it's been nice. Like, I haven't actually had to pause episodes because I've been watching like the recordings from the Disney Channel, and so I naturally get those commercial breaks, which is
right.
Like,
so you get breathers.
So yeah, so I get a breather, but this is like the first time in a long time that I've actually had to pause an episode and be like, wait, what is happening right now? Because I'm losing my mind. So
that's perfect.
Yes, and it was really hard to like voice my concerns to our group chat without like giving things away because I knew Delaney hadn't watched it yet. And I was like, it's real rough some days. But so my biggest takeaways is that everyone needs therapy.
Yes.
We may have to start a GoFundMe for Marinette, but Adrien and Natalie, I feel like, can afford it.
Like, I mean, therapy would have helped. Like, so
yeah.
Like, we all need to go to therapy, guys.
Also, I vaguely remembered that Luca went to Brazil after like season 5 ended or whatever.
Wait, but I don't remember that at all. Can you explain?
Okay, so I feel like I imagined that, but then I'm also like, wait, wasn't he in the one episode where the whole group was in like little cardboard boxes and they were like all trying to maintain like their transformations or whatever? So I was a little.
I don't know. He did. Well, I think he came back for a little bit and then he left. But he was on video call in the kitty section episode.
Yeah, and I can't remember what episode that was because I was like, oh, maybe like he leaves in an episode I don't remember, like we haven't seen yet. So, and then I was like, why is he in Brazil? And then at the end of the episode, I was like, oh wait, I understand. We're transitioning to the Brazil special. Got it. But I had lots of feelings. This was a lot. This episode was really messed up. I think that's the best way to sum this up.
Yes,
because
I think that sums it up. It's really messed up.
It's really messed up because there's the whole situation going on with Marinette. There's the whole situation going on with Luca. There's the whole situation going on with Adrien. I was like, there's just so much.
And then this random guy is like, I know Gabriel.
I know Gabriel. I know Mr. Agreste. Like, his son doesn't know anything. And I'm like, wow, you're being so rude right now.
And it's like you have beef with a 15-year-old who just lost his dad. Like, oh my God. I know he didn't commit a crime, but he should go to jail.
Also, like, Natalie and Adrien should sue him for emotional distress because not only was he his akumatized form Mr. Agreste, but he was also acting like Gabriel while chasing his son around Paris.
That's like, you should go to jail, bro.
I was like, they need to sue for money. That's how they'll afford this therapy, emotional damages. So
he needs like an army of therapists.
But there was so much. Like, I have so many questions after this episode, and I need answers. I need
Okay,
all of the answers.
we'll answer all of them. Okay,
Will we?
we have all the
No.
answers. Look, there's a lot I needed to follow up on. First off, we had a podcast entitled "That's Messed Up," which was our representation podcast, iconic
That's messed up
podcast.
too.
So
This
you
podcast
just
is That's Messed Up too.
this is the
Part
"That's Messed
2.
Up" the sequel. Okay, we've decided.
Yeah.
So in terms of season 6, I mean, Luca refers in this episode. He says he's back in Brazil. So I didn't remember when he was in Brazil the first time, but
I don't either.
earlier this season in El Toro de Piedra, which was like one of the last episodes that aired, we saw Luca on Zoom from Brazil. And this episode, that's episode 7. This is episode 9. So we knew he was in
Okay.
Brazil. So this episode takes place after, or at least the airing orders after Thomas said the airing order doesn't equal chronological. That being said, we get a flashback to Luca leaving for Brazil in this episode. So like we see the
I guess
origins.
we were just supposed to. Yeah, we were just supposed to accept it until we got this one.
Until we got here. Yeah.
That had to have been after season 5 because he wasn't sent to Brazil before then. Whenever
Right.
like we first do like whenever he was first sent away because he knew the identities, right? They were just like, you have to leave, and he was like, yeah, I'm leaving. And and he went to Thailand.
Yeah, well,
did he go to Thailand or I don't remember where?
He went to study with the monks. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't in Brazil, but maybe he did at some point. Anyway, the other thing to follow up on is this is once again, I feel like this happened earlier this season. Theo Barbeau has appeared in the show before in season 1, episode 8, Copycat. To me, this was
an idea.
To me, this was a new person, but again, I like literally this happened with that YouTuber guy, right?
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, this guy was actually in the show before. No, and he might have been in another episode. Anyway, but yeah, I don't want to get into the history of Theo. I don't remember him at all. So there you go.
I don't want to remember this character.
But yeah, I was confused with Luca and Brazil because I'm like, oh, this episode was supposed to take place before, but then actually it was a flashback, and there's multiple flashbacks in this episode, and you can tell because they have like a cloud kind of border around the scene.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. But yeah, it is confusing because the problem with the episodes airing out of order is you're always asking yourself, oh, was I supposed to have seen something before this? You're never like accepting. It's like hard to be in that state of just accepting what the show's throwing at you.
Yeah, it's like, where are we right now?
Yeah. And the answer was Brazil for part of this. Which was funny that they Mr. Gress. Okay, I actually think this is a really great episode. It might be the best of the season for me.
Oh no, it's a great episode. It's just really messed up.
I understand that it's kind of, I don't blame Delaney for like not being like, it's a hard one to emotionally parse, and it's very melodramatic. So if you're not into that,
melodramatic's definitely the word. Yes.
So like it's not for, maybe not for everyone. But my previous best episode of the season was Where Papas, and I think this is another episode in vein of that with the Agreste family drama. I'm not sure which is better, but I did really like this one. I mean, it's a big Luke episode, obviously, and
no, so the episode starts, and I texted Dylan, and I was like, "Did they write this episode for you?"
Look, if they wrote it for me, they wouldn't have sent Luca away to Brazil. They would have kept him in the show every episode.
Also, Dylan would be the secret, not like partner. That's what Dylan like. Dylan would be the girlfriend.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. My OC is written into the.
Yeah,
actually, this Urupe is my OC. That's what we've.
Okay.
Knew it.
Yeah. Oh my! But
like
I mean.
Hummingbird.
Yes, it's perfect. But it's like, oh, Luca has a girlfriend, and then it's like, oh, this is a fake girlfriend. I'm like, wow, Luca has a beard. Like, oh my God, Luca's gay. Like, that was my reaction to that.
They also set that record straight immediately. They're like, oh, Luca's got a girlfriend, and then immediately was just like, look, I agreed to be your fake girlfriend. And I was like, what? I was hoping it was real.
I know, we would have been happy for him.
I was like happy. I'm like, Luca's moving on, and then it was like, JK, sorry, Luca.
Yeah, no, they had to set the record straight right away because Luca's like a K-pop idol, like he can't date. So so else we'd all be disappointed. But I did love all the Luca stuff. I mean, there's 2 times like Ladybug and Luca reveal things to each other, and with second chance, very conspicuously about to use it, and then they
This is
go
so
back on
rude,
it.
by the way. If someone did that in front of me, I think I'd punch him. I'd be like, I'm like,
You
take
wouldn't,
that
yeah,
off.
but
We're
you
not doing
wouldn't
that right
remember.
now.
There was
Before
no subtlety about it. Like
it was
No.
But the problem is they're both pretty stupid. So, I mean, Luca's not stupid, but they're
Yes.
both like very accepting
Yes.
and trusting, and but so, yeah, it's
But are they? Because we
I
gotta
get
talk about that
Marinette
with
at this
Marinette.
point. Yeah. But I both of those scenes are like ridiculous, but I think I loved them. They're just so over the top and dramatic and great in like addressing the drama. The other big thing I like about this episode is honestly, the akumatized villain fight is one of my favorites of all time because we resolve this by Adrien yelling his trauma at
It's great.
a statue version of his dad.
Yeah.
I actually think it's like a brilliant way of getting into Adrian's emotional state and his psyche right now is like, and doing that through the fight scene, which is usually the most ho-hum part of the episode. Like that, like worked so well for me.
What sold the fight scene for me was when he cataclysms his hand, and I was like,
yes.
Also, it's horrifying that
when
he
the
has
little
his
hand comes out of it.
Yes,
yes.
Horrific. Like, why did we do that?
I thought that was the best part. Yeah, it's like just visually.
Oh yeah, this episode has it all. We have Luca, we have Marinette. He loses his Miraculous.
Yes.
Yeah, the big moment, but he's hidden and he retreats.
Thank God the subway was right there.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So a few high level takes about this and why this worked so well for me. I think we talked about this last season, this concept of Ladybug's really good at playing within a space that it establishes, like a narrative space, even if it's not the high level narrative decision we want or we would have made. Which we talk about with the identity reveal not happening through 5 seasons. It's like, okay, well, at least they are having Marinette and Adrien date and really exploring this dynamic of Marinette and Adrien dating without the identity reveal not having happened. They're exploring that really in really interesting ways. Now, this season, they make another decision that's very frustrating to us, which is having Marinette lie about Gabriel being monarch to Adrien and keeping that going all season long. I still think it's a very frustrating thing, but this episode I think is another example of the show really playing well within a narrative space that it kind of sets its mind to, because they just go for
the
it
show is
in
really
this episode.
good at being frustrating.
Yeah, it's like you can definitely knock the high level direction of the show, but it continues to do extremely interesting things, and not just for like a kids show. It's like very interesting things for any television show.
Like Thomas is torturing these children.
Like, it's true.
As someone, I've written stories and stuff before, and it's like, you get that urge, and it's like, wow, Thomas, like we're really just like torturing Marinette and Adrien. Like,
I also thought of this on my rewatch. Is another example of this is they make the decision to kill off Gabriel, which
yes.
I think I mean, some people may have welcomed that, but killing off Gabriel and making Lila the villain was like a decision we were skeptical of, because Gabriel is such a good villain, and
we didn't know what the show was going to be like. I mean, that was something we kind of agonized over.
And Lila still doesn't have the same like emotional cachet but they're playing within the space because they're still even though Gabriel's dead, they're still doing really interesting things with Gabriel. It's like his presence is absolutely felt in the show. I mean, they literally make a giant statue villain version of him in this episode.
They killed him off, but he's not gone. Like
he's
still haunting the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's like, and he's very prominent, still in the opening.
Yeah, and this episode paid that off, I think. So again, like I wouldn't have killed off Gabriel, or at least if I did, I would have had a better backup plan with the villain. But like he's basically not gone. Like there's multiple episodes this season where he's looming so large, none more so than this one.
Well, I will say, I mean, it's also a very interesting like just like story to do like as a superhero show. Like, I mean, you think about and we have bits and pieces of this like here and there and other superhero shows, but I mean, if you think about it, it's like, what if we killed Lex Luthor? Would Superman agonize over it? Like, no. I mean, granted, I don't think Superman would kill Lex Luthor, but
no, but there's also like I guess the difference between like Lex Luthor and Gabriel Agreste is that Gabriel Agreste like was directly involved in the lives of like the heroes, whereas like Lex Luthor, like him and Clark Kent weren't friends. Like
sometimes they are friends.
Sometimes they are, depending on like the series, the show, the movie, whatever.
Yeah, but like, it's like, or like like back and forth with Batman and the Joker, like
there's a lot. There's a lot of narrative space with the villain being one of the heroes' father, and you could have him learn that, and there's a lot there, but also the show's proving that there's still a lot there without him knowing. And the development of Adrien is skeptical of the version of the story Ladybug told him and knows there's more to his.
That's really what got me in this episode.
That's like so key because it was so frustrating without kind of that being prominently established. But Adrien being in the headspace of like, I'm so frustrated with my father and not knowing the full picture, and like it's really interesting, and I think it makes this whole plotline so much more tolerable, but also just really like interesting to watch.
Like him tolerating and facing head on the differences, like especially in this episode with Theo, like facing the differences of who his father was and who his father actually was. Does that if that makes sense? Like, because like everyone like saw him as a hero, but that was not the experience that Adrien had, and so he's getting, like this conflicting narrative that he knows not to be true, but like he's not sure even if that is true, which again, it's building like that skepticism that we've been seeing from him this entire season about like Ladybug knowing something he doesn't know, like not having all of the details, and he's getting it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, and he's also getting it from both ends. Like he's getting it as Adrien Agreste, but also as Cat Noir. So he's trying to do like one puzzle, but with two different like puzzles.
Go, Delaney.
Well, it kind of hit me is that it's also like what we're seeing. I mean, it's really powerful, I think, story about abuse, and like when you're talking like especially a prominent figure.
Yeah,
because like
and grappling with negative experiences after someone you love dies who is also terrible to you. Like,
but then everyone else is like, oh, he's great,
but no one else really knows, and right, definitely. That's really powerful. And then I also think that this is them paying off like a subtle progressive theme they've been interweaving, which is like the memory of someone. They Ladybug blatantly says it at the end with the Lucky Charm because they have to, but it's like put ideas, not people, like on a pedestal. You never really know someone. I think that was earned with what they've been doing with Gabriel, like with this plotline of him being so beloved by the world. So I think that was well done too.
Well, and we're still dealing with the consequences of Ladybug's actions. Like, this is also Ladybug's fault.
Mm-hmm. At one point in this episode, it's like, wow, all this anguish Adrien is going through is really just because of this decision Marinette made.
It's also interesting too because Natalie is now like, it seems like her narrative towards like this, keeping the story as it is, has shifted because originally we saw like she expressed it as like, this would be really hurtful for Adrien, like we shouldn't do this for Adrien, but now she's like, if we tell Adrien, like, one, how would Marinette know? So she basically said, like, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to reveal your identity, which isn't true. And I think Marinette called her out on that. But the other part of what she said was that she's like, yeah, but then he'll know that I was helping his dad.
Yeah.
And it's like, you flipped the script a little bit there, sister. Like, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I thought it was a rare selfish kind of turn for Natalie. And this episode really like makes Marinette less frustrating in a lot of ways because she really wants to tell him. And in some ways, Natalie is a major force preventing her from doing so. So it's good for the lead of the show not being too frustrating by placing some of the blame on Natalie as well. They're both being really selfish here.
We're still dealing with. We're also not 100% sure what Natalie's up to.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
one of those unanswered things that we
right.
still
So
don't understand.
Natalie paints it as she doesn't want Adrien to like have a bad view of him, but Natalie is I literally forgot about the villain council until you brought this up. But
I remembered it too.
It was revealed last episode. Natalie's more going, and we think Natalie might be a double agent against the villain council, but it's definitely not confirmed. So I mean, nothing's confirmed.
No, it was really funny. So I was saying, because I'm doing my recap, and then Tanya's like, "So is Natalie bad?" And I just started laughing.
Unclear.
Like I was like, "That's a great question, babe."
It could have just been like a small moment. Well, it could have been like a small moment of like self. What is it? I can't think of the word. Like trying to protect herself and like maybe self-preservation. That's the right. It might have just been a small moment of self-preservation that leaked through, because I mean we all have those moments, right? And so who's to say if like her motivation from keeping it from Adrien has really changed? But with the introduction of the villain council or whatever, like
it's hard now. It's hard now.
And her dad being one of the leader,
one of the members.
So
yeah,
there's reason to be skeptical of Natalie. For sure.
Like we can't just accept now that everything she does, she has Adrien's best interest at heart. Like it's like, is that true?
Which is sad. Which is really sad.
It's so sad because I've loved Natalie, and now I'm like, no, Natalie, stop this.
I think this is probably a good turn for the Natalie character, because if she was just like good and loving pseudo mom for Adrien now, I think she would just, characters have to be super melodramatic in the show to stand out. So I think this is a good trajectory, even if it's
I just
sad.
feel so bad for Adrien. Can Adrien just go live with Marinette?
Right, her parents love him so much.
Her parents are like, give kisses to Adrien, but except Marinette is also lying and being pretty bad to Adrien, although it's more understandable from someone her age.
But it's more understandable for someone her age, but also her motivation is so much different than like everyone else's, right? Because one, like, okay, she's young, she's naive, she made a promise to a dead guy.
And she sucks, by the way.
Yeah,
she genuinely thinks this is like in Adrien's best interest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she made the decision because she genuinely thought it was in Adrien's best interest. But she is also with us, slowly watching Adrien's feelings progress negatively about the situation, and watching them morph into like the skepticism and everything like that. And so she, like, it's kind of nice to watch her sort of grow in this, as like she's like, okay, you know what, this might not be in, like, keeping the secret might not be in his best interest anymore. I think it might actually be in his best interest to tell him the truth. So, and there's a lot to be said about like that narrative as well, right? Like, the truth prevails, honesty is the best policy.
Yeah. No, she seems to be slowly or quickly understanding that it's not in her best interest. At the same time, at the end of the episode, she concludes it's too late to go back. But that could just be her coping with.
I was gonna say, it felt very much like she was just coping with like the situation at hand. So
that's some copium, Marinette. Truly.
Absolutely.
I have a hot take I had after watching this episode. Now, to many fans, this won't be a hot take, but for us and our podcast, this is a hot take. Is Adrien the best character on this show now in season 6? Because I think it's so interesting, everything that's going on with Adrien here. And in my opinion, the two best episodes of the season, this and Where Papas, have been about Adrien and his family and him knowing the truth about his father. It's just like the show is so centered now on Adrien's emotional conflict, him being a sentimonster, his dad being monarch. We've staked everything on Adrien and his emotions and what he knows. And Marinette is, at this point, kind of most interesting relatively to Adrien. It wasn't always the case. Marinette's arc, her as the Guardian, these were the most interesting things in the past in the show. But now, I feel like all of the emotional stakes are centered around Adrien.
I think that's a really good take, especially considering, because whenever we started going into season 6, we were warned that the show wasn't going to be exactly the same anymore, right? And even though the show has always been Miraculous, the Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, the primary focus has almost solely been around like Marinette and Ladybug. And so I think this is like that progression of shifting the focus. Like, obviously, Marinette and Ladybug are still going to be a huge focus of the show, but you're right in the fact that, like, it's kind of more centered around Adrien now. And again, 2 of the best episodes of the season have been Adrien focused episodes. And so it kind of is like reflective of that shift of like, okay, yeah, like we've got Marinette, she's kind of established. But
are you saying it's the Adrien show now in season 6, or it's more of an equal show with the 2 of them?
I would say right now it's more of an equal show, but if like as the season progresses, because we're still like in the middle of like the beginning half of the episodes, right, of the season. Mm-hmm. And so it would not surprise me as we get into like the later episodes of the season if the focus is more and more and more on Adrien. And then like, I'm not saying it would like actually happen, but if like we get into season 7 and like we're starting episodes with Adrien all the time, like that would make like I wouldn't be super surprised, because that would be reflective of what they said was potentially going to happen. And I think maybe like we got excited about having all of these new heroes, and they kind of like made it seem like, oh, all of the new heroes are going to be the focus of the show. And it's like, but they're kind of not. They're still background characters. And the focus of the show has been like Adrien, his struggle, Marinette's struggle as it pertains to Adrien, like all of the other characters as they pertain to Adrien. Like, so I think that it's exciting, like, to see, because you're like building off of it too. Like, you're building off what's going on with Marinette as you introduce Adrien and his conflict more and more and more, because we did it with Marinette for the first 5 seasons. So, I mean, I'm assuming we're getting like 500 more seasons of the show. So we got a lot to play with.
100 years.
100 years.
I think if it were to be like Adrien's season, or more of an Adrien centered show than Marinette, I think he needs to learn the truth and have more agency. You know, I think right now it's just like like I said, the emotional stakes are centered around him, but it's really, you know, he like, how much can he be the star of the show if he's so in the dark? So maybe that'll turn at some point.
Yeah. So I would look at this season more as like a transitional.
Maybe season 7 will be a big Adrien season. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's kind of unclear what they're doing. Delaney, any pushback to Adrien is the better character now? I feel like our natural instinct would be to push back on that.
So when you first said it, I was like, no. And then you kept talking. And then, so how I feel about it is this is the big payoff of kind of balancing. So Marinette has been the driving force of the show, but a lot of everything else kind of rides on Adrien. Like, he's Cat Noir, his dad is the villain, and he's a Senta monster. Like, a lot of things ride on Adrien. And so I think this is the payoff. And so I don't think I agree with you yet, but I do think we're kind of heading in that direction. And I think we're heading more in that equal partnership direction. Like, this isn't Miraculous Ladybug. Like, we're getting
truly now it can be the tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Yes, now it can be the tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. But it's hard for me, like, and we're also still, you know, they push the teen thing really hard. And I don't specifically mean Marinette and Adrien, I mean like the rest of the heroes. But
yeah,
you know, and the core of the show will always be you know, the relationship between Ladybug and Cat Noir. But I don't agree with you yet. But this season definitely feels like the payoff, and I'm interested to see where we're going with it. And I want more, like, so I think, and I know I speak for the fandom, because this is very much a like big, like, we're heading towards a new Chat Blanc. Like, it's coming.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like it's gonna happen. Yeah, Chat Blanc too.
I mean, and Marinette's Nightmare is about to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's interesting. And I'm curious, will that be this season? Will it be next season? I don't know.
That could be the finale. That would be, yeah.
It could
Look,
be.
I'm getting vibes of when we were getting Adrien death flags in like season 2 or
Wait, Adrien
something.
death flags. Oh my god, I forgot about Adrien death
Now I'm like,
flags.
oh, we're getting
when we were killing him off.
Yeah, when we were killing in on our heads.
Is
Now we're getting
him a Senti monster, not like killing him off.
That was actually what we were feeling. We just didn't
That's
understand
what we were feeling
because they hadn't even introduced
Adrien
yet.
Like, how could we have known? So this is so
yeah. No, but it's legit. Like the show is starting to do it in a really interesting way. We just didn't even know what they're doing yet. No, yeah, like this could be the finale of the show. Adrien getting akumatized, like IRL. But I mean, I guess
it's gonna be that frog first off. Because we keep
the
saying that Popcorn frog.
Popcorn is his object. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Oh, I'm upset. I'm upset. We have to.
It's gonna be the frog. Okay, we've seen that thing so many times. We've heard it talked about so many times.
I don't know if we've heard it so many times, but
no, we've heard. Look, more enough. Okay, everything in animation is intentional, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've heard about it and seen it more than we did like the rings that control Adrien. Like I feel like they're throwing that in our face, and there has to be a reason. Like, you don't just keep going back to that one single like element if you're not gonna do something with it at some point.
I'm gonna start crying. I hate you.
I'm sorry, but also
so bad.
Also like
that was something
he would be the frog prince.
Oh my god.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe not Chop Blanc, but like he'd be like his akumatized villain would be like the frog prince.
Well, he can't be Chop Blanc because Chop Blanc's when
it's Cat Noir
is akumatized.
Yes.
So he would be Adrien. We amphibia now. We doing it. Okay.
We doing it.
I was thinking of a counterpoint to the opposite, to the like Marinette. There's still a lot of Marinette driven drama, and there was like the Marinette and Alia stuff this season as well. But that was also
on that.
But that conflict was centered around Marinette not telling Adrien. So it's like it's still everything. Like when they make the whole season's concept around.
We're not passing the Bechdel test, guys. It's not happening.
Yeah. Gotta think about that one.
But then, but even like the situation with like Luca and Marinette, right? It's because of Adrien.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, it's something to track is like the more Adrien centeredness. For now, I do think it's more of just the emotional core of the show is Adrien, which was also, I think, true in season 4 and 5 to some extent. We were obsessed with the Center Monster plotline, but it's like even more true now, like to a huge extent. So I do think the show risks Marinette being a worse character if they don't center the emotional stakes of the show more around her. I hope there's more to come with that.
I think,
but it's good stuff.
She's hit a stride, like right now.
That's what we're doing right now too. Is like she's done something that we're not happy with, but I mean she's struggling with it. I mean she's having nightmares.
Yeah,
so like that's kind of like
we're watching her deal with it.
We are cruising for a bruising, and if they break up, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. No, thank you. The show will definitely do it, but please don't.
I know. I don't want it really.
Now that you said it, like we're doing, they're definitely like breaking up at the end of the season. But like, please no, please don't. Like,
yeah, exactly. April's reaction. That's how I feel.
You mentioned Marinette like going through it. Like another big part of this episode I liked was Marinette's nervous stuttering. Like not about Adrien. I guess we saw this with Sublime earlier, but this season. But she is a lot of studying about her not telling Adrien, and I thought that was a good
I also like that Tiki called her out. Like Tiki's like, girl, you don't get
Tiki's out here like
on accident.
Tiki's out here preaching truth, and everyone else is like, let's keep lying.
Right, and then also this isn't important, but like she like yeets Tiki onto the bed.
She does.
Like
that's good.
She wakes up from her nightmare. Tiki just flying.
Lol. Marinette's stuttering. She keeps saying evilized, at least in the English version. She says monarch a bunch.
Yeah, she says monarch.
This is where I had to pause because I was like, I can't do this the whole episode, babe. I was like, you can't do it. I will say her saying "evil eyes" a bunch was really funny.
It's just such a funny term in the
Also, if you
show.
haven't watched
Yes.
season 2 of Wednesday yet, there's literally a Hawkmoth reference.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's
I got to
literally
that.
straight up
We finished. We
happens.
finished. Yeah, I believe. My verdict is I believe it was not intentional as a Ladybug
No,
reference.
I think it was fully intentional because it's so like
It seems
I
to
had
us.
so
It
it's
seems so
real.
obvious. They like send some sort of bug. Was it?
butterfly.
Was it an actual butterfly out of
It
like
is.
a
It's a
It seems
window?
like a
butterfly.
moth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's like
haven't
a
seen it
bug
yet.
fly moth or
but
something.
it like makes sense. It makes sense in the plot line of the show. I have
For
to
me, it's
imagine
the
they
long
weren't.
shot of it like flying out and then through the window. I was like, this is Ladybug. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I think we're too Ladybug
Do we
pilled.
need to call
To
Tim Burton and be like,
yes.
do
Yeah, you
you
really
watch
think Tim
Ladybug?
Burton like
Maybe.
shot it in such a way as to make it a reference to Ladybug?
Yes.
Like,
Maybe like Tim Burton, do you watch Ladybug? Thomas, do you know?
can someone
Thomas,
Like,
at Tim
are you
Burton and ask if he
friends?
watches Ladybug? Okay.
yeah, do you watch
I
Ladybug? We need
feel
to
like
know.
Thomas would be friends with Tim Burton.
Does Jenna Ortega watch Ladybug? She has like really young family members. Maybe she
I mean,
does.
they're like
She's
children,
also
so they
really young,
probably did. They
so
probably did watch Ladybug at least. Yeah. Okay, we gotta this interview. If you run like a celebrity interviewing, like ask these people if they watch
This is an
Ladybug.
important
It's
question.
important,
yes.
and then link it to us.
Yeah,
Okay, we need to talk more about Luca,
of
because
Okay,
course.
we got to get into the Luca stuff
well,
because
because
it's been
obviously.
eating away at me.
Okay,
So
I gotta make a phone call here. And there's just kidding.
no.
No, no.
Wait, we're getting there's an incoming call.
No,
No,
there isn't.
it's from
Just say
It's a
you're
Brazil.
making
It's
a
a
call. You can't just backtrack. You're so annoying.
there's an incoming call. It's from a Brazilian area code. Oh, who
Well,
could that
don't
be?
answer it. That's gonna
Do
be
you
so
even know what a
expensive.
Brazilian area code
It's
is? I hate you.
Also,
God.
he uses do, so why
they're
would
all
he be
soon,
calling you
remember.
from a phone?
Luca's joining our team's call. Oh no, just kidding.
Oh.
Oh no.
No. We get flashback of Luca leaving for Brazil, and
I love that. Okay, my favorite part of that flashback was whenever Adrien as Cat Noir was pretending like he didn't know who Luca was.
yes, they're like
was
that
awesome.
boy.
That boy
That-
over there is leaving his family.
Yeah, it's funny. But then Adrien detransforms and then immediately goes over to Luca.
It's
Great. Like,
there's some
And he
this
faints him,
isn't even the
too.
most frustrating detransform and then immediately reappearing. We'll get to that in a second.
oh
But
yeah, no, that one's later.
it's yeah, but Luca like subtly says that he tells Adrien he knows who he is, so I liked that. But
It
at
was
the
super
end,
gay.
okay,
Yeah.
I like this interpretation. Luca says, "I'll be back soon" at the end of the scene. So, Luca better be back by the end of the season from Brazil.
Oh
Like,
man.
Gloob cannot trap him in Brazil forever. Like, come on, like we need to bring Luca back here.
That's
By the
how
way,
you get your Luca spinoff, Dylan.
Yeah.
Through Gloob.
Okay, if there is, and I think that Thomas might have said there's going to be like a Brazil spinoff as well. Like, obviously, this is like a backdoor for the Brazil special, but there might be a Brazil. If there's a Brazil spinoff, then Luca could be a main character in that. I would love that.
Well, okay, so have we seen any images from the Brazil special yet or anything?
I don't, unless it's leaks that I didn't see. I don't think so.
Okay, because I was also wondering too. I was just because I was thinking about the whole like potential for like a spin-off or whatever, but I was also like, oh, because Luca. I'm jumping into things because Luca, whenever Marinette comes to visit him, he starts freaking out and says he needs her ladybug, the ladybug Miraculous, because he has to tell her something and he has information that he needs to relay to her. And so I was just like, is the Brazil special not going to have ladybug? Like, is it going to be Luca and whatever?
That'd be interesting.
Like random people.
Well, we meet Irupe.
Yes.
Here. So we can talk about Irupe. We'll come back to Luca. So Luca's
because also, why isn't Marinette concerned about that?
Yeah.
Being like, I have to tell you something.
Yeah, and Marinette's like, oh, wonderful, you've met someone in Brazil, which he was in the past. Which someone tell me if I'm missing when Luca was in the past, or that's something Brazil before this, or if that's something that the show hasn't gotten to yet. But what do we think of Irupe and her hummingbird Miraculous? and her hummingbird Kwame. Hold on, I wrote down pronounce it Minoe or something like that is how
Oh
they
yeah, it
tend to
has a
say the name.
name.
Minoe. Well, they all have names.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like we were given the name.
Menoe is like how they pronounce it. Menoe. Any Irupe thoughts?
I mean, she's
I think she
cute.
seems
She's the
cool.
person. Yep, she immediately was like, he be lying.
Luca loves his secrets. Ooh, girl, what's that mean?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Tell me about Luca and his secrets.
Also, I like that she's like, maybe he has a like miraculous, but then it's like, does he know you have a miraculous? Like,
I think not, except like in the first scene you see her, she has this like very prominent necklace. It's like, oh, I guess they don't know that's a miraculous. It's very funny.
To be fair, Adrien's miraculous is a ring, so
yeah,
like.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. In this last, she's like in a bikini the entire time she's on, and then she's carrying an acai bowl at the end. It's like, okay, we're just gonna. This is okay. This is Brazil. We've made it to Brazil.
Yeah, we're in Brazil,
and they're in a beach the entire time. Like, yep, okay, no, Brazil.
Like,
this is.
But like when she like takes her shirt off and like throws it on Luca, I was like, what are we doing, guys?
I was like, oh, this is real. And then I was so disappointed.
Right? And then there was like, I'm your fake girlfriend. And it was like, oh, wow, you really had me sold. I believed it.
Yeah. No, I was like, wow, we're doing Luca's gay. But no, Luca's still in love with Marinette. What do we think about this? Like, it makes sense because Luca was in love with Marinette before, and I think it makes sense with his character as the preeminent Luca scholar. Luca claims to be Luca claims to be so emotionally like enlightened, except I think it certainly comes across that he's bottling up his own emotions in favor of helping others with their emotions. So the fact that he's bottled up his love for Marinette and hasn't gotten over that, I do think that makes a lot of sense.
Yes, especially because
it's kind of frustrating, though.
It's frustrating because I'm at least he like has enough like self-awareness to be like, I'll get akumatized again. Like,
yeah, that was a good take on it. Yeah,
and he was like, that's why I have to go away again. And it's like, I mean, that's like he says that, but you know that behind it, what he really means is like, I literally can't watch you and Adrien be together. Yeah, so
also, like, it's so crazy because like he literally like helped them get together. It's like, Luca, like, I don't know how to help you,
but he loves Marinette so much that he just wants her to be happy, and he also has a love for Adrien where he just wants Adrien to be happy too. So
yeah, he refers to the three of them.
I got it.
Yeah,
the solution is for Luca to get a boyfriend. That is the solution to his problem.
I thought that's where we're going. I kind of thought, I mean, it still could be what we're doing eventually.
It could still be the solution.
He could be bisexual. We don't know. Like,
I mean, I would be so shocked if he wasn't. But
yeah.
But
also everyone's in love with Marinette. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. It's like didn't we just do this with Zoe? Like,
yeah. Also, in Marinette, Marinette is the main character. Like, are we shocked? Also, she is great.
Right. We made this analysis before, but it is kind of satisfying that there's a show with two like perfect looking leads, and it's like, oh, actually it's not like we're downplaying how popular they are. Actually, everyone's in love with them. It's kind of like how that would work in real life. Like it's realistic.
Also, they've done it a lot with like male main characters, so it's nice to do it with Marinette.
It kind of is nice to do with Marinette.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. And then we also have Zoe. Like, it's not just, it's like all the boys love Marinette. No, it's like legitimately everyone loves Marinette. Like every single person.
A mixed harem.
Marinette's harem. I was going to say that. It's the new Marco's harem. It's Marinette's harem.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think it's like, okay, we can. I want to move past this to be in a different direction with Luca, but it is, I guess, a good payoff to Luca's characterization so far in terms of him being in love with Marinette. But we have a flashback of he tells Marinette he's still in love with her, but uses the second chance. It's just funny that he like transforms and Marinette's not like questioning why.
It's
well, and then she doesn't like, she takes sass immediately, or takes the snake miraculous, immediately uses it, and then does it to him. So like,
it's great.
And she pulls the same move on him without knowing that he did it to her.
It's so great.
Marinette's like, I'll be in Brazil in an hour and 14 minutes.
She had it timed.
She knew.
She was like, I'll see you in an hour 14. And I was like, girl,
like, what?
Have you been running laps? Like, what's the deal? How long does it take me to get to Brazil? Long. Which means she's been to Brazil before, right?
Yeah, so... I feel like we're missing something. I don't know. But maybe she has times when she flies over everywhere through the world.
Maybe. She's just like, oh, it took me an hour and 14.
Maybe she needs to know, like, it's really important.
Yeah, maybe. But I like that scene, and then Luca lies like, I met an awesome girl in Brazil. And Marinette's like, yay, so great.
I know, him being like, you're gonna be upset with me because I'm gonna lie to you. And she's like, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. But I was also very satisfied with the fact that they explained why Luca's in Brazil. I was just like, oh,
I'm glad we went back. We went back to it. I mean, I still would like to know why Brazil specifically, but yeah, I'm glad we went back to
the Brazil special.
And so he can be around with his shirt open. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he can hang out on the beach.
And they're all, yes. Luca was meant to be on.
Because the only beach in the world was in Brazil.
Yes.
Brazil is like mostly not beach. It's like a giant country.
Brazil's ginormous, and
it's a giant country, but then it also has a lot of coastline.
Yeah, so it's like but it's kind of funny. That's we're on the beach the entire time we're on Brazil. That's what we've animated from Brazil so far. Maybe more to come. We'll see.
That's how you know. Like, how do we know if we're in France? We don't see the Eiffel Tower. Like, these are important things.
Well, I assume we're going to see that Jesus statue, and whenever we're in Brazil.
Oh yeah.
That's how we would know in Brazil.
The iconic.
So I was confused because we didn't see. I was confused we didn't see the Christ the Redeemer because I didn't know we were in Brazil because we didn't see the Christ the Redeemer. Like,
I agree with you. That is definitely the Eiffel Tower of Brazil.
I would think that we would see it. So at first I was like, we must not be in Brazil.
They're saving it for the special.
I don't see it. They must be saving it for the special.
They must be.
So Ladybug pulls the same move with Luca, unifies with the snake, and turns into what the Ladybug Wikia says is Viper Bug, but I don't believe they say that in the episode. What do we think? What do we think of Viper Bug? She's like a pink purpley thing going on.
I loved
the eye is so scary.
The eyes are scary, but I loved it, and I loved that her hair was like bisexual flag representation. Like,
of course.
I was like, this is beautiful. I need this hair.
You go to the hairdresser and you're like, make it look like this.
Yes.
She's like,
five. I got 5.
It looks like it's. I guess it's snake eyes, but it looks like cat.
With the
looks like cat eyes, though, right?
The eyes are horrifying.
It's Shady Bug vibes.
Maybe she took inspiration from Shady Bug. She was like,
that was another funny thing. I was like, so I'm saying all this to Tanya, and then I was like, and I was like, I'm wondering if Adrien's going to get akumatized, and she's like, has Marinette ever been akumatized? And I was like, it's almost happened. And then she goes, what about evil Marinette? And then I was like, oh no, that was like an alternate universe. And she's like, wow, I can't believe I forgot that. And I was like, so she knows about Shady Bug, but like.
Delaney, why are you not recording you telling Tanya this? And
I know.
Releasing it as a mini podcast. Like this we need to hear the full conversation.
A side podcast.
Yes. Like this, I said this should be a YouTube video with you guys. It's like
she would never agree. Ever.
So
just interject.
And it's really funny though because after something she said, I was like, I'm going to say that on the pod. She goes, you just use me as like content fodder, and I was like, unfortunately, you're very popular. Like you're a very popular character on the podcast. Like
you do use her as content fodder though. It's true.
She says the funniest things. Like it's not my fault.
My child says the funniest things. That's what you're doing.
Yes. Kids say the darndest things.
Kids. That's what I was saying. So Ladybug with the snake tells Luca Gabriel's monarch. So this is really interesting part we haven't talked about.
Yes.
Luca
freaks out upon hearing this, says, I need your miraculous. Give me the earrings. I'm the only one that can fix this.
Like, if you had given me, like, if you were like, Delaney, I need you to make 20 guesses about how Luca reacts, at no point would I have been like, he asked
right,
for the
but
miraculous.
I think the show does this. This is a really, it's not like subtle, but clearly the show doesn't say this, but Luca's reacting this way because he knows Adrien's cat. He knows Adrien's cat. So if Adrien's dad is Monarch, then he has the full picture in a way that no one else does with having this
So
information.
really, he would be the one person who could
He's the
fix
only
Right,
one
that's
who
what he's
can fix
saying.
it.
He's the only one that knows Adrien and his dad were the villain and the hero in that moment, but then he doesn't know anymore after.
But then he also the thing that like gets me is whenever he says he needs, like, he can't tell her unless he has the miraculous, but he also needs to protect her. And I was like, protect her from what?
Yeah, he needs to protect her. She needs to trust, and then no, you don't understand, but she's second chance. So he needs to do something about the situation, fix the situation without telling Marinette that Adrien is Cat Noir because he for whatever reason we can't do this in the show. But like, so he needs to take the ladybug in order to. I don't know what he needs the ladybug for, but
I was wondering if he's like in Brazil stumbled upon the like villain council or whatever too. Like,
I mean, that would be interesting. I feel like though what we're doing with this scene is this is just my interpretation. Luca is the only one now that knows in that moment Adrien and his dad's identities.
Knows the whole picture.
And he feels like he wants to. He's like, oh, actually, there's like this is a more solvable situation than you know, but I can't tell you how I know that or how we can fix it because I can't tell you that Adrien's Cat, so I need to do something about it. I don't know what he would have done, but like
I don't know why he needs the miraculous of the ladybug. But
yeah, it's the needing the miraculous of the ladybug that throws it all off for me, because why that miraculous?
Well, he can temporarily be a ladybug that knows all the information, and so he can help to resolve this because he thinks Marinette cannot be that ladybug. She's the permanent ladybug. Now, why he needs to be a ladybug in this situation? I mean, I guess Ladybug needs to be there to fix things because Ladybug's the only one that can
That's
de-evilize.
true. She's the only one who can de-evilize, and her lucky charm
and
triggers
the lucky charm. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's a leap, but I feel like in general that's what we're going for here. Is like Marinette can't. If Marinette knew that Adrien was Cat, then she would be able to fix all of this emotional anguish. But
she doesn't know.
But Luca thinks she can't know, so he could fix it for her if he was Ladybug.
But then that goes again. Okay, because I guess there's never been fully established rules about whether or not the ladybug holder can know who the cat holder is. And so everyone
the show
just
seems
assumes,
to want not us to. Yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder if maybe Luca's like, hey, I understand that this is something that you value, but it's not of value to me and it's not fact. So like, just let me take care of it. Right? Because he knows both. Like, he would enter in as Ladybug knowing both. And you can't like take that, like, you can't erase that unless he
can be the savior that actually
it's kind of like what Dylan was saying. He's not Ladybug.
Yeah.
So
right,
why
temporary Ladybug can know but not permanent Ladybug? I don't know. But
I was gonna say, because the show continues to stress upon us that Ladybug can't know who holds the cat miraculous, and like Cat Noir can't know who holds the Ladybug miraculous. And even though that's not like a clear-cut actual rule, it seems like it's a guideline that the show is very desperately clinging to.
So you would think that even temporary Ladybug would not be. I understand the point. Yeah, I agree. But
I do wonder if it's for all time or if it's just because of the monarch.
I wonder if it's not an actual rule, and that's why, like, part of the reason why Luca's like, just let me do this. Like, you keep your guidelines and your boundaries.
It's like a Marinette rule. It's a Marinette rule inspired by Master Fu. I had to pull his name.
Yes.
Right. But Luca, so Marinette, because Master Fu is her mentor, that's why she thinks yes. But Luca doesn't necessarily have to do it. She doesn't need to follow the same rules. Yeah.
So I wonder if that's also just another way of the show kind of like teasing that with us, being like, "Hey,
eventually they'll learn the identities. Really, we can do it. Yeah,
you can do it, and there's literally not going to be a consequence besides all of the emotional turmoil that will surely ensue because of it."
Yeah, I like that. I like that take. Like, if Luca can temporarily know, then eventually Marinette can know. Okay.
Okay, I say give Luca the Miraculous. Let's do it.
Look, you don't need to tell me twice. Like, let's give Luca all the power. He is the most enlightened one in the show.
I will say I was
the
immediately
oldest.
excited. Like immediately when he said that, I was excited because I was like, oh my god, what's he gonna look like? And then I was immediately sad because that didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, Marinette,
Delaney,
who's so trusting, immediately was like, "No, you can't have my Miraculous. Get out of here." But she like totally trusted Theo to give back the Cat Noir Miraculous. I was waiting for that fight.
That's true. He had to give it back. Delaney, if you immediately wanted to know what a different Luca hero form would look like, I hate to break it to you, but you're a Luca fan. Like, that's a Luca fan reaction. I'm inducting you into the fan club.
No, for the record.
No, yeah. How would you have that reaction if you're not a fan?
Outfit.
No, you wouldn't have been. Not anybody. You were specifically excited for what Luca would look like because you love Luca.
I'm always excited to see a new Ladybug design.
Well, sure, but we love Marinette. We're in the Marinette fan club. I'm saying you're also in the Luca fan club now.
No.
If Nino, would you be excited for a new Nino hero form?
No.
Right? So
what if Nino was given the Ladybug Miraculous?
Then I'd be like, oh my god, a new Ladybug outfit.
Then God help us all is what our reaction if
that's also true. God help us all.
But Luca having it is we're saved. I mean, come on. But look, I'll give Delaney time.
I did get excited. I did because I liked the Cat Noir. Like, it was exciting to see like a boy Ladybug. Like,
yeah. No, I get and look. We can take some time for this realization that Delaney actually loves Luca. We can sit on this for a little bit and come back to it
until the next Luca episode.
Yeah, which probably at the end of the season because they hate me.
When's the Brazil special supposed to come?
Literally, who knows?
Like weeks, so I understand.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean, we haven't seen anyone in 3 months, but yeah, Alia especially, we haven't seen him since that one episode. Oh yeah, last few things. We mentioned the de-transforming. So Adrien is like with Natalie.
I told this about Tanya. I was telling this to Tanya because it
yes.
So bad.
I feel like every podcast we say this is the new dumbest one ever, but this might be the dumbest one ever.
Dumb one.
How has Natalie not put 2 and 2 together at this point?
She's so smart yet so. Adrien is with Natalie. Natalie says, "Go hide." Adrien closes the door, and then 5 seconds later, Cat Noir comes through the window.
Yes.
So at least I will say, at least he went out the window. But as soon as he went in there, I was like, "You can't. She's gonna know it's you." Oh, God.
And then Natalie's like, "Wait, but Adrien's still inside." Like you can't.
It was literally like Spider-Man nonsense. Like he literally swung into the other window. Like I was like, "This is so stupid."
He literally just went from the window of the room over to the other room.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, I was so mad.
Natalie, I need you to do better.
This is literally the newest, dumbest one. And then also, like, and this is again, it's like, yeah, let's just crush Natalie under like the roof. I was like, "Gah!"
Can someone go back to all the podcasts where we've said this is the dumbest one ever, and then make a YouTube compilation of all the dumbest de-transforming and reappearing moments, and then send it to us?
I mean, the other one that comes to mind is when they're on the train, which we yelled about for like 30 minutes. That was stupid.
That's right.
There's someone I'm remembering during a fight scene recently. I can't, but the train is. No, April's getting too worked up. Please come back.
No, we gotta be careful.
Good.
God, the train one though. It's like, what? It's like Dylan, you especially were mad about that one. That was the best part.
We need to bring back the train.
I can't be mad anymore. It's like the show has worn me down too much. Like
yes, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, no, at this point when it happens, especially because they always go into the bathroom. I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh, okay, there's a villain attacking Paris. I need to use the restroom, guys.
Oh, I will say it hasn't gotten old yet because now that they're dating, then they have to make up excuses to each other. That is really funny.
Well, how about the end of this episode? In the span of like 1 minute, we get 3 combinations of the love square of them talking to each other. Now, I don't know in real time. I don't know in real time how quick this was, but in the episode, it's like, first of all, this is another really fresh. They do a pound it. They do the normal Ladybug and Cat Noir pound it, but with Ladybug and Adrien. Neither of them think, hey, this feels familiar that I'm pounding it with the same exact person.
This cadence seems correct.
It's what is it? What is it? It's the what's that stupid thing they say in the New York special?
Oh, I don't.
It's like the magic nonsense that keeps them from knowing.
Oh, the masking thing with
the biometric masking or whatever.
Maybe it's messing with their brainwaves, but they literally do the same thing except it's a Ladrien pounded instead of a Lady Noir pounded.
I also really, really enjoyed whenever Marinette gave Plog the Miraculous and was
did
like,
he fly around the block? Like that's
did he just go like do laps around the block until
and it's like Adrien's right here. Yeah, that was good.
As soon as she's handing it to him, I was like, Adrien's literally right back there. Like, what are we doing right now? Like this Plog,
right?
Like, is he just gonna hide around the corner?
Like, I really wanted like Plog to like go right past Adrien and then like they both like turn around and look at each other and like wink and then would have been great.
By the way, Ladybug is such an old show because they do pound it at the end of every episode, which is like definitely inspired by the iconic Obama Pound It in 2008. And it's like, wow, that's how long ago we're talking.
We're keeping it going.
So Ladrien pound it, and then Ladybug and Cat Noir have their classic on the roof overlooking the Eiffel Tower moment, and they hug. And then Marinette and Adrien have a FaceTime call.
Right, that one is Marinette. Because Marinette's like, "Are you okay?" Even though you spent all day with him.
Yes, and that one is definitely right after the other one. There might have been some time between the first two.
Immediately afterwards.
They're just in quick
transforms and calls him.
Yes, they're in quick succession interacting with different forms of each other, and they just have zero idea.
It's amazing. It's quantum masking. Oh my god, good.
Quantum masking. What did you Google to find that?
Yeah, how did you find that?
I didn't. I pulled it out of my brain. It just came to me.
What is your mind's?
I mean, it's not a nice place. There's a lot of stuff. It's kind of like a labyrinth, really.
And you somehow traverse the labyrinth to get to quantum masking.
Yeah, that's where I go. Or it's like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, I remembered. Yeah, that's what happened.
You have flashbacks from like one moment in like 4th grade. That was so insignificant.
I still have nightmares about like not taking home the like class stuffed animal in 4th grade.
Oh no. Well, yeah. Any like embarrassing or regretful stuff? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Irupe, I feel like we didn't do. I feel like she's a little bit generic so far, but I'm optimistic. I think she has a cool design. I think her. Here's the thing I most liked with this.
They gave her just enough, like to make her
it's like a tease.
Interesting, yeah.
I like them introducing Irupe before the Brazil special, as opposed to bringing back the character, the New York and Shanghai, after they appear. Because
I agree.
When they brought back the New York and Shanghai, it's like I didn't know this was like the same. I know it's all the same canon, but I didn't know that they were going to interact at the main show. But if you introduce her in the main show and then do the special, it's more like well integrated into.
It like fits
into
better.
The show. Yeah. So I really like that. And I like that Luca's involved. I like that she's a hummingbird Miraculous. I think that's really cool. Sarah and I have a hummingbird feeder out. We've been getting a ton of hummingbirds. So it's big hummingbird fans here.
I get a hummingbird video every day.
Yes, good. Basically. And then, except he's like a weird, like the Kwame with the hummingbird nose looks weird. But that's okay. We got to see her. We got to see her full hummingbird transformation form. That would be great.
Not until the special. Also, I totally because I had a moment where I was like, why do we care about Brazil? And then because I totally forgot about the Brazil special because that's how long it's been.
I mean, who could blame you?
We care about Brazil because Gloob airs so many of these episodes early.
Oh yeah.
So it was like so the order was like, okay, the U.S. is going to premiere this episode first, and then Gloob, as per usual, undercuts them and airs the episode first. Except they apparently, I heard, they didn't even air the Portuguese dub. They just aired the English dub with Portuguese
Did they
subtitles,
really?
which is hilarious.
So hilarious.
So when
They
I heard that, I was
really
like, this
said-
is so there's like this is like the worst Gloob move ever. But then you watch the episode and it's like, okay, I kind of understand why Gloob had to air this one first because like they actually go to Brazil in this episode. So look, maybe Gloob, you can do your nonsense this time, but if they don't go to Brazil, I don't want to hear it from you. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, they're going
That's
to
so
have to go to
hilarious.
Ukraine sometime because of the one Ukrainian episode we got.
Oh my god.
The Ukraine special.
I just had a vision of Ladybug like interceding in the Ukraine war.
Yeah, no, I
Perfect.
seriously said it. Yeah, obviously.
I'm like, wow, what a politically inspiring anyway, okay. It would be like the dumbest thing ever too. April, what else from this episode is on your mind?
Okay, I have to tell you about one of my favorite quotes from Theo, even though I absolutely hated Theo.
Yes.
Whenever he's talking about how amazing Gabriel is, he described him as a man who defeated evil and poor taste.
That was pretty good, yeah.
And then
fair, honestly.
it gets followed up by Adrien talking about the pancakes.
Yes. No,
oh yeah, remember his pancakes dry?
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was great.
I was
the
like,
taste of his pancakes as dry and rigid as him. There you go.
Yes. Also,
incredible.
Hate Theo so much. Yep.
I can appreciate his standing of Gabriel. I feel like April, if anyone can relate to Theo as loving Gabriel, it would be you.
Look, you guys knew how conflicted I was in season 5, so
honestly, Theo is a stand-in for you. They wrote this episode about you getting akumatized at the memory of Gabriel.
They said Theo is April. It's a Dylan episode, so there's lots of Luca. But yes. Theo is April, pre-season 5.
Yes, exactly. I think so.
Where Gabriel can do no wrong. I'm still really upset that the fact that he was pretending to be Gabriel and harassing Adrien around Paris. It's so mean.
It's kind of sad that your hero your villain form would just be someone else that you like.
Literally,
right?
It's truly Stan culture. Like, I mean, it is really Thomas making a commentary on Stan culture.
But also, the Theo doesn't make sense because he's basically obsessed with Gabriel, right? But yet he's like a sculptor. He's not even like in the fashion industry by any means. He's like, I absolutely love this fashion designer. I'm going to become a sculptor. Like, your thought process worked, Theo. Appreciate you.
When we were talking about that line, it reminded me I needed to quote the end of Adrien shouting everything at the statue. And why did you stop being popcorn and become this? A cold, heartless statue.
And the statue crumbles.
And the statue crumbles. Like, it's so melodramatic, but I really loved that. I thought that really hammered home.
That had to have been therapeutic. Just a little bit. Like, but also, way to air your laundry out there, Adrien.
Yeah, if it's publicly true, honestly. But it's like true. Honestly, Gabriel was like a cold, heartless statue. So yes. I think that's a good representation.
I did enjoy, like, the fact that the statue was basically invincible. Like, because even, like, during the fight, I was trying to figure out which of the fellow heroes they could have called in to potentially help with this situation. And I was like, maybe Queen Bee, but, like, I don't even know if that would have worked. Like, it was an interesting problem. Like, I had a problem-solving moment. I was just like, who could we call in to help with this? I don't even know. Like, no one can help with this. Cataclysm's clearly not working. So
I do think it was funny that it was like the unbeatable villain was just like a statue that throws things, but I guess he can always
he was throwing like mounds of clay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, did y'all see this?
See what?
I sent you something on the group me. I'm not supposed to be on Twitter right now, but it's worth it for this post I just sent you.
Admitting. What are your best theories? Let me borrow your Miraculous. What? Why? I know that you didn't. No.
Like, I can't believe like the Twitter account is trolling us. Is what's happening.
What are your best theories? Says the Ladybug Twitter account. I mean, I guess they're talking about what we were just talking about with speculating on what Luca meant about about like what he would do with the Ladybug Miraculous.
I love the one comment that's like, Luca, play it cool. Don't freak her out. Don't give her a reason to use second chance. And perhaps everything will just be give me your Miraculous.
Like, ooh.
He really did. He was very aggressive.
Bulletproofing says the show could just end the minute Luca has the Miraculous. He'll fix everything. Completely agree. I agree.
Yes.
Let's get the Luca stance on this.
Yeah.
That was my alt. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's your Ladybug. Bring back the Luca. Give Luca Instagram account. Bring back the Ladybug Instagram accounts.
I miss those. They were so fun. It
was a better time. April, anything else from this episode?
I guess not. I do want to make a case that I think the screen grab should be the Mr. Agreste statue.
Okay, I didn't take that one, but we could find one of the statue.
Maybe like the one where it's like cracking, or
there's like one with his head cracked and it fell down. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, I'll look for that one.
Okay.
But yeah, there's good. I have one of the screen caps is Marinette holding Adrien's face in the city hall or whatever. It's
very sweet.
And then Irupe and Luca, the Ladybug's hottest new couple. Mm-hmm. They're on Zoo, by the way. I have a screen cap of what they're chatting on.
It looks like it just says Zoo.
I guess that's their though because the Miraculouses are all animals, so this is the snake Miraculous, and that's how they're.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did Ladybug create a social media platform with all
Why
of
not?
her from Magic? Delaney, anything else on this episode?
I don't think so. I'm still on the fence over whether or not I liked it. It's just too much happened. There was simply too much.
I think watching it a second time helps. But that's just me.
I mean, look, allowed to not like, and I mean, there's distress from any Ladybug episode, so
it's true.
Allowed to not like any of that. I mean, not like as in emotionally challenging or
a 10-meter tall statue. Get out of here!
That's ridiculous. Absolutely,
it was taller than the buildings.
They were like, "You want to have a Statue of Liberty? Like, calm down."
I think it was tall. How big is the Statue of Liberty? Hold on.
Here, let's ask. Yeah, we got to ask Google. I don't know. Things we Google during podcasts.
How tall is the Eiffel Tower? That's the better question.
The Statue of Liberty is 151 feet tall.
The Eiffel Tower is 330 meters. Okay.
So it wouldn't have been as tall as the Eiffel Tower. So that's good.
That's good, at least. I guess I think he was exaggerated. Well, I guess he was like maybe exaggerated it. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for Mr. Agreste. Let us know what you thought of any of this discussion.
Also, every time we say Mr. Agreste, I just hear the Mr. Greg song.
Oh, Mr. Yeah.
That's all I hear every time.
Iconic dads in animation.
Yes.
For very different reasons.
Yes.
For different reasons.
Very different reasons.
Let us know what you thought of Mr. Agreste. Let us know what you thought of our discussions. We will be back at some point. So supposedly there's 2 more episodes airing the next 2 weeks. We will see. Supposedly. Sleeping Siren.
Well,
and The Dark Castle.
Disney Channel, it seems committed to next weekend, so
you saw a promo about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
good.
They're committed to next weekend for sure, but the weekend after that, I'm not as
okay. We will
positive.
See, and we'll see if there's more after. But anyway, next podcast, April may or may not be joining us.
It's true. It just depends because I'm going on a fun and adventure, and I will be having a baby soon. So
Yay!
We're having a baby. It's the podcast baby.
The podcast baby.
Is it the podcast baby?
That's
I
what
don't
Katie
know.
refers to it as. Katie's like, it's the pod baby.
The pod baby.
Pod
So
baby. It's our baby.
it's really just gonna depend on like if next week's episode is so huge that Dylan and Delaney have to talk about it right away. Then
I don't think so. I don't think we will.
Then I don't think I will be on it.
Also, you don't have to. Again, whenever
We'll
you want to
see.
come back, it could be months from now. Whenever April wants to.
It will
but
not be months from now. Get out of here.
There's no pressure, but it's very exciting. April just did this podcast like very close to giving birth. You all didn't even know.
Yep.
You had no idea.
You had no
clue.
idea. So this
Which
is
is
an
funny.
amazing.
I feel like the last podcast, because wasn't it the last podcast that we were talking about parents a bunch and stuff? And I was just like,
we did watch Bluey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You were hinting it
yes,
on the Bluey podcast. I don't know if
did.
anyone picked up on it.
I do feel like I was hinting because I was just like, oh yeah, as I go into the next chapter of my life, like, so yeah, but yeah, so.
Yeah, send April your best wishes, everyone. But no, this is an amazing. This is an iconic podcast performance, April. Like hours from giving birth. Like
we
and you didn't miss a step either on this.
Yeah.
We'll have to like timestamp it. It'll be like, okay, we finished recording on this day. April gave birth on this day.
Yes.
Perfect. Keep the
To
people
be clear,
informed.
though, there's no pressure on April to have done this or to be on any. Like April can take at your own pace.
Yep.
But yes. So
we're all extremely chill, and we're like, don't feel like it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So we will see. So why did we do one on just this one? Now you know it was why.
Now
it was
you
on
know
just
why
this
we
podcast.
This is why.
Very inconvenient timing for Ladybug to be off the air for 3 months and then come back right as April is about to give birth. Like
literally.
Also, we were like, we knew this was gonna happen. Like we were like,
yeah,
most inconvenient.
We
show.
like joked about it between the three of us, and then it literally happened. We were just like, haha, it'll come back right around my due date.
And then it did.
April is like, I had 3 months. I really could have done many Ladybug podcasts, but no.
And then now it's like, nope.
Nope, never mind. But I'll be back.
Okay.
This is potentially farewell, but not, or no, see you later, not goodbye.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. So
yeah,
send us. Should listeners guess the baby's name? Should they guess if it's
Good luck.
What? Good luck. And then also, what do you think the baby's miraculous would be?
Ooh, I love that. That's hilarious.
That's what blind boxes are for. Blind box toys are for.
I have so many of them.
We should lie and say it's a miraculous name. It's a ladybug name that, and then people have to guess all the ladybug names to see what the.
That would be funny.
I mean, we could be super broad and be like, it is a name that you've seen in animation.
Recently, actually.
And recently, yeah.
It is. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so,
that'll be
good luck.
There you go.
You will win nothing. So
yeah, there's no prize. You just get to be right.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so good, amazing job, April, and
thanks.
We'll all be very excited. And more excited than for new Ladybug episodes. I think this was more.
I don't know. I wrote it in my planner. I was just like, new Ladybug episode.
New Ladybug episode, birth, new Ladybug episode. That's April's planner.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, one of them is really decorated. The other isn't.
There you go. So thank you, April, for joining us here. Amazing job, and good job, Delaney, as well, as per usual. And we'll be back in some form at some point. So now you know the uncertainty coming up, and but we're excited. Ladybug's back. Hopefully, it's not just 3 episodes, and hopefully there's more episodes at some point. And
I really hope.
We hope so. April will need things to do.
I need distractions.
April needs distraction.
Like me and Dylan were like, okay, April needs to watch Doctor Who, and then
guess which one of us said that.
I have a whole list of shows that I've been like writing out, like what I'm gonna watch while
Church? We can watch Broadchurch together.
Okay, I'll write it down.
I haven't watched it.
I'm just adding things to it.
Great. Oh, and just in time for the 3rd season of Spy Family to come out.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I have
that's
that on there. And then there's, what is it? Netflix has this new show called Haunted Hotel or something like that. And I was like, that's really interesting.
I think it's Tanya sent it to me and I didn't know it existed, but it's not Justin Rowland. It's the other guy for Dan Harmon for Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay, it's Dan Harmon? Okay. Anyway, it's I don't know. We can fact check that. One of many things people. I think this will be a big fact check podcast. That's what I'm.
Probably
do it. Fact check me. I don't care.
No, it's Matt Roller, a writer on Rick and Morty, but not.
Okay, because Katie just said, oh, it's because she had just seen a tweet and sent it to me.
I don't know.
That's fair.
Anyway, Dan Harmon is an executive. Dan Harmon is an executive producer. Okay. Anyway, that's it for Mr. Agreste. Let us know everything you thought. Support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Phoenician, and thanks to our patron executive producers, Steve, Michael, and Phoenician. More Ladybug coming. Find everything at overlyanimated.com. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.